there, YouTube. I'm back again today for another game review. Today, I'm very excited to check out Marvel Contest of Champions Battlerealm from Upper Deck. This is for 3 to 6 players, ages 12 plus. Will take about 30 to 45 minutes to play. And in Marvel Contest of Champions Battlerealm, you are going to be taking control of a Marvel hero, and you are going to be traveling around different planets, which will have different special abilities, fighting each other, punching each other, blasting each other, gaining victory points, having your own special abilities. Everybody's going to have their own asymmetrical special superhero. Will have different superpowers that other people will not be having, and you'll be fighting to the death or trying to get to 21 points in this relatively simple dice rolling game. It has all the makings of an instant classic, but is it? Let's open it up and I'll tell you what I think. Alright then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Marvel Contest of Champions Battlerealm, excuse me. So first and foremost, we have our handy dandy rule booklet, which is one of those really weird long rule booklets. I don't know why they do that. I guess staples are expensive or something. It's well done. It should have you up and running pretty smoothly. The setup and the gameplay and overview is well done. You are going to come back to it from time to time because you'll have a rule issue. And most of the time, the rules will be in there. Also, they cover a lot of keywords and special abilities that you might have questions on. So that is pretty good. I also want to give a shout out to the box insert because the box insert is nicely well done as well. So nice box insert. So in Marvel Contest of Champions Battlerealm, you are going to take control of one of these characters over here. You're going to get a standee, and there's a whole bunch of different Marvel characters. Some of them are somewhat obscure. Like, we're not just talking about the guys you're going to see, the guys and the gals, I should say, that you're going to see in Avengers, but all sorts of different characters. You're also going to get one of these spinners, which is a good time. We can show you exactly what characters we got. So we got Thor, Black Panther, Hawkeye, Vision, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Iron Man, Ant-Man, Civil Warrior, Black Widow, Falcon, Hulk, Guillotine. You know what? Now that I really say that, I guess it is mostly Avengers, but with a couple other ones thrown in there. So you're going to get your own little spinner. Now, how do you win the game? Well, the way you win the game is you either destroy everyone by knocking them all down to 0 health, at which point they die, or by getting all the way up to 21 points. Hooray! You get to 21 points, and you will win the game. Now, each character is also going to have 4 special abilities. You have 3 special abilities down at the bottom. For instance, Thor has Cunning, Flight, and Survivor, and all those special abilities are going to be explained on your handy-dandy little player aid card that everybody will get down here. You also are going to get 1 main special ability that only you will have. So Thor is incredibly good. Thor may re-roll his yellow and green results. That's incredibly good because normally those lock into place and they can do bad things if you get too many of them, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But when you first start the game, everybody's going to go to their red number, and different characters will have different red numbers. And then you're going to set out 4 cards in front of yourself. And each character is going to have 4 cards that will look like this on the back, so you'll be easily able to figure out which character cards go with whom. And you're going to put them down in front of you, and let's take a look at Thor's cards. So, Odin's Wrath, if he sends 2 yellows and 2 greens, Thor may destroy any one location and 2 adjacent locations. Because locations can't be destroyed, new locations come out, and each location has its own special ability, which we'll talk a little bit about later. Thor causes a 4 damage burst in his location. You'd have to go to burst. You'd have to go to the rules to figure out what burst does, but because there are some different things like punch and slam and burst and all that sort of stuff. Call Lightning is a 3 damage blast that hits all other heroes in all other locations, and Mjolnir's Fury does a 5 damage blast to one hero and knocks them back. Once again, those are buzzwords, which will be in the rules because they're not on the player aid card. So, everyone's going to have their character, everyone's going to have this, and then you're going to take turns and you're going to put your character onto a location. The only thing is, you cannot put it on the prison. You're going to have 1 more location than you have players out there. You can put your character on a location where someone else is, but that will make it harder to leave that location. Most of the time, if you want to hit somebody, you have to be in the location if you want to punch them. But you also have a blast, which we'll talk about in a second. So we'll just put Thor right here. We'll say Captain America's playing on over here. And we'll have a 3-player game. We'll put Black Panther right here. Now, let's talk a little bit about the prison, and we'll talk about the dice as well. So the prison, if you ever get 3 of the yellow things, you go to prison. Going to prison is bad. You have to get triples in order to get out of prison. And while you're doing that, it's going to be pretty difficult to earn many points. So, we got our game set up. Let's talk about what you're going to be doing on your turn. Let's talk about the dice, though, first. So, flip over our handy-dandy little player aid, and we'll tell you exactly what each of the dice does, which is pretty nice. But I can also tell you. So, if you got Fist, this is going to allow you to do a damage to anyone in your location. So, right now, a Fist would not be very good for me unless I move to a different location first. Luckily, there is the planet symbol, which will allow you to move to a different planet. Now, when you move to a planet, you will gain the victory points listed on the upper left-hand corner of that planet. Only the first time you do it per turn, though. So you cannot go, 3, 5, 8, or you cannot go 2, 5, 7, 11, 10. You can't do that. You can only get it the first time you go there, which I'll talk more about later. Next, we have the purple ones, which will give you victory points. So they're just getting you victory points, which is always nice. You have the yellow one, which we talked a little bit about. This one locks into place, and if you get 3 of them, you go to the crystal prison, which is bad. But a lot of the times, your special abilities will require you get at least 1 or 2 of them. So if you want to push your luck and try to get those, then you can to get that super special ability, but at the same time, you're pressing your luck there. Next, you're going to have this symbol right here. This is a blast. This means you can shoot someone else on a different planet. We also have the green science symbol, which is also locked into place. It's kind of interesting because if you get 3 of them, you don't go to jail, but you have like a mad scientist explosion, and everybody on your spot's going to get damaged, including you. Other than that, it is your typical King of Tokyo style Yahtzee rolling. But before we get into actually rolling and showing you how a round will work, let's go ahead and look at the different locations. Because one really interesting thing about this game is each location is going to have its own unique personality and flavor text on the bottom. It's not flavor text though, it's actually going to do stuff. So, heroes in the asteroid field may treat any yellow rolls as green results, which might be really good if you need green results, like I do. Heroes on Asteroid M may treat the planet result as a fist or a long-range blast. Heroes in the astral plane may reroll any single die result at an additional time. So lots of really cool stuff going on with all the different places, and you do want to pay attention to where you're going and what you're doing. But let's show you exactly how a round would work. So we're going to roll up the dice. We'll see what happens. Not a particularly great roll. You know what? I might keep these 2 victory points. We'll pretend like we're doing for Thor, I guess. Or we're doing for Captain America. So we're going to keep the 2 victory points. Heroes in Shield Hangar may treat any fist rolls as a long-range attack. Oh man, we have to keep these, which is a bummer. But actually, let's look at Captain America's special ability. Captain America adds an additional this, or that to his roll. So, okay, we can add that to our roll. So he adds an extra victory point. So, you know what? I think we should just go for a whole bunch of victory points this turn. We got a travel thing. We got a fist. Don't really want that. So, the last roll. Not the best here. So, let's take a look at what we got. So, we're going to use these 2 as victory points. And we also are going to use our special ability to make it so we have a 3rd victory point. So we would end up going from 8 victory points to 11 victory points. Not too bad for those. Now, we also have the green and the yellow, which are locked into place, whatever. I don't have his cards in front of me, so I don't know if we could actually do a blast or anything right now, but I'm just trying to show you how the game works. We have 1 fist, but actually, luckily, we can use that as a long-range blast. So you know what? We're going to long-range blast Thor. So Thor would lose a health. So he would go from 8 health down to 7 health. And then we're going to move over here. Because we move over here, we're going to get ourselves 3 victory points. And hey, 3 victory points is great. So right now, we are at 14 victory points. Let's do another turn. Let's pretend that it's Thor going on here. Now, Thor's special ability is that he can reroll these green and yellow ones. So you know what? He's going to reroll that one. He's going to reroll that one. Oh, man, that's 4 victory points. But I'm about to show you exactly why I'm about to trash on this game right now, because I don't actually want to keep those 4 victory points. I want to keep rolling. Ooh, there we go. Now we got it. Ooh, it's tempting. So we got to reroll this one. Ooh, 2 victory points is really good. Yeah, we'll keep the 2 victory points. Why not? We'll reroll one time. We got to reroll that. And so we immediately get 3 victory points, which puts us up to, so we're at 7 or 6. So we're at 9 points. And then we get to travel. So we're going to go 2, 4, 7 points. Now, normally you would have to pay more dice in order to do that, because when you leave a location, you have to pay extra planets to do that. But anyone with the flight ability can ignore that. So we'd go here for 2 points, we go here for 4 points, and then we go here to grand total of 7 points. So on this turn, we just gained 10 points. there you go. So I'm at 16. If I would have got an additional planet, I could have went here. If this planet perhaps had been, say, I don't know, this guy right here, I could have potentially gotten myself, let's just go ahead and do it, 3, 5, 7, 10, 11, 12 points for not attacking anybody. Yeah, there you go. So you're going to continue to do this until someone gets to 21 points, at which point they will be the winner of the game. Now, I do want to really make sure that this is crystal clear, because that seems broken. Like, you're like, hey, whoa. You didn't attack anybody. You just went around and flew around and got 12 points, which is like more than half the points you need. And I do want to point out that a locations card's top left corner has a PvP point number showing how many PvP points a hero will gain when they land on the location during their turn. Heroes only gain the PvP points when your hero first lands on it, but a hero may gain PvP points from landing on multiple locations in one turn, which pretty much boils it down to the best optimal strategy is to pick a character who can fly and then just fly around. But we're going to talk more about this in the pros and cons. But that, in a nutshell, is how you're going to play Contest of Champions Battlerealms. Alright then, Marvel Contest of Champions Battlerealm from Upper Deck. What are my final thoughts? Let's go with the pros, let's go with the cons. First, on the pro side, 3 to 6 players. Pretty good player count. Also, lots and lots of cool stuff in this game. I mean, the standees look cool. The different locations are cool. Everybody's going to have their own different asymmetrical abilities. So you're going to have your super special power that nobody else will have. And then you're going to have 3 special powers that you might share with 1 or 2 other people at the table. But then you're also going to have your cards. You're all going to have your own cards, which will let you do different things. And you might be like, oh, 2 of these and 2 of these. That's going to be risky to try and get that. But if I do it, I'm going to do like this super big 5-point blast damage on somebody. And that's really stinking neat. Component-wise, the components are top-notch. They're fantastic. The spinners work well. The cards are big and thick and chunky, and the standees are good. The standees look really good. The box insert's well done. The rule booklet is pretty clear and pretty concise. I mean, there are some buzzwords that you might have to go back to the rule booklet from time to time to look at until you memorize them. But man, everything about this game looks very aesthetically appealing. You put it on the table, and if you like superheroes, you're going to be like, whoa, what is that game? What is going on? Is this like King of Tokyo meets Marvel? Which, what? That would blow my mind. This tries to do that, but it has like some elements. They described it as King of Tokyo kind of meets Smash Up with all the different locations with different special abilities, and all of that should be super awesome. But moving on to the cons, the game's broken. It works, but it's not fun once you figure out the optimal strategy. And the optimal strategy, and it's not like a cooperative game where you can be like, all right, we're just not going to do this cheesy optimal strategy because it's lame. It's a competitive game. And the optimal strategy, as I showed you in the middle part, is to have a character who can fly and to go, oh, look at that, I got 4 planets, or 5 planets, depending on your player count, going, let's see, 2 points, 5 points, 7 points, 8 points, 10 points. I got 10 points for flying around. Your turn. Even if people punch you, even if people punch you really hard, it's still, that's like wasting their turn because, yeah, they might punch you for 6 or 7 damage, but you still gained 3, and they gained next to nothing unless they flew there. At which point they'll be like, well, I just gained 3 points from flying here. You know what? It might just be more productive for me to just fly around the board. I don't understand how this got past playtesting. The other big con I have with this game is the demo game that I played of this. It was me, 2 of my buddies, and another guy. And we were playing the game, and the one guy was last. And my buddy Brandon, he hit him, and then I hit him. And then it got to the point where my buddy Adam, if he would have attacked him, he would have been dead. Game over. Just game over. You only start with 7 or 8 health. And if you have like Black Panther or Hulk or somebody who can do a lot of damage or you roll really well, you can destroy somebody on the first turn. And it's not like it's incredibly difficult. I mean, you're playing a 6-player game and you're going last. There's a very real potential that you could be knocked out of the game before you get a turn. Was this play tested at all? I understand that the big Marvel Avengers movie came out and Ant-Man's coming out and we just want to shove this out the door, but Jesus, playtest your games. And the fact that we played this and we're like, no, that flying back and forth from, well, you can't go back and forth because you can only access a location's points once per turn. And we're like, that can't be right. That can't be right. That can't be right. That's just so dumb. That's like the kind of thing you find out the first time. You're like, hey guys, I got this game. You want to play test it? And somebody figures that out. But it's there. And they double down on the rule booklet. They emphasize the fact that you can in fact go from point A to point B to point C to point D, and boom, you get points for B, C, and D. There's no point to attacking people unless you can kill them. Which, once again, points to a huge flaw in this game, that at the beginning of the game, if you do a lot of damage, somebody else can do a lot of damage, and you can kill somebody before they have a turn. How does this pass playtesting? Explain this to me, Upper Deck, how you get this amazing license, and this amazing IP, and these amazing components, and these nice dice, and these cool ideas with all the different planets, and all the different asymmetrical abilities, and all the different cards, and you decide to wrap it around this broken game! How in the hell does this happen? I was going to trash this game, potentially, when I first played it, because of the fact that we could have killed that guy in the first round. And I was like, that's not fun. That's not fun for everybody. That's dumb. You know, if I was playing this with like a 12-year-old, and that 12-year-old was in that third spot, they totally would have killed that guy. And be like, oh, I can kill this guy? I'm totally going to kill him. And if you're really smart and you really want to win, you should kill him. It's the optimal path. Speaking of optimal paths, how does the flying? How does that? And there's like characters that have like, oh my god, it's just so frustrating. How does this happen? It's 2018. How do you acquire this license and make a game like this? Now, all that being said, if you sweep away, and I want to emphasize this, if you sweep away the fact that you can kill somebody in the first round, potentially kill somebody in the first round, and if you sweep away the fact that it's broken to fly from planet to planet to planet to planet to planet if you have the flight ability. That's a big one. If you have the flight ability, then this is a good game. It's fun. It's fun knocking each other out and trying to get the different combinations and going to prison jail and having the different asymmetrical stuff and destroying planets and new planets coming out. But you have to put safeguards in your game to prevent it from getting knocked out in the first round in a player elimination game and just flying back and forth to score points. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't. Marvel Contest of Champions. It's very, very simple. I cannot recommend this game. I want to recommend this game because I love Marvel, because I love the standees, because I love the components, because the rules are pretty well done. I want to really recommend this game to you, but I can't. I can't. You like getting knocked out in player elimination games in the first round? No. You like flying around and getting half the points you need, doing absolutely nothing and just trying to get planets because you have a character that can fly? And Thor! He can re-roll the yellows and greens! Oh my god! No! I can't recommend this game. I can't recommend it to anybody. It's poorly designed. It ticks me off. Because, man, this could have been a cool game, but instead, I gotta be the bearer of bad news. So that is Marvel Contest of Champions Battlerealm. What the hell were you thinking, Upper Deck? Playtest your games. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know who is your favorite Marvel hero. For me personally, Wolverine, baby. Love me some Wolverine. I just love his attitude. I love the claws. I love the healing factor. I love, hey, bub. You know, I'm just a big fan of Wolverine. But let me know in the comments below who is your favorite Marvel superhero. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.